Hello everyone and welcome to another game I played on Ptcgo. For this match I'm going to be using the round deck. This variant uses Meloetta and Palpitoad, but some of them use Exploud, or I think Wigglytuff can be used. Basically use Pokemon with the attack round since it has a multiplicative effect, meaning that the more Pokemon with round in play, the more damage you do. Specifically, here you aim to use Palpitoad's round since it has a lower energy cost, and it does 30 times the number of Pokemon with round in play. So here I'm going to start off, and I lose the coin toss, so maybe I get to go second, depending on what my opponent decides, but he mulligans, and I see that he's playing potentially some sort of a Darkrai Lasers deck or something. I did see Dark Energy there. I'm going to start off with Spiritomb. I included this card here just to draw, since I don't really have a Beach, and a lot of these types of decks with evolutions use Tropical Beach, and I don't have it, so Spiritomb's a nice sub for here. So my opponent's going to start off. They attach a Floatstone onto a Keldeo on the bench and a Trubbish on the active, and place a Sableye. And, after playing a Juniper, they promote that Sableye to the active spot. We won't see a Junk Hunt because he did choose to go first. I'm going to level ball here, going into my turn. Bring a Tympole into the bench. Put a Water Energy onto my Spiritomb. I'm going to play that Ultra Ball. Here is kind of a painful discard. I have 4 supporters in hand, but I'm going to get rid of Skyla and Chorus, it looks like. Bring up another Tympole. You need to start filling up my bench with Pokemon with round, but I do want enough Palpitoads so I can evolve them, and that's the preferred attacker in this deck, since Meloetta's round costs more energy. Then I use a Juniper to draw more cards. I'm debating whether or not to use an Escape Rope to try to lure something up into the active, but I figure he has a Keldeo with a Floatstone, so that's a pretty dumb idea to try to pull off. Instead, I'm going to Ultra Ball away an N and an Escape Rope, and bring up another Meloetta onto my bench. So at this point, I already have 2 Pokemon with round in play, and my opponent's sort of commenting this. And I play Hex that essentially functions like Copycat from last format, or a few formats ago, that lets you copy your opponent's hand size. So you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw that number of cards. But my opponent ends me anyway, and he ends me into a fairly decent hand. So he's going to play Burbank City Gym, play a Hypnotoxic Laser. We don't see any Garbodors out yet, or any Darkrai's, but I'm not too afraid of Garbodor in this matchup. He's going to play Junk Hunt and bring back a Laser, so he's going to try to spam that for the time being. Put a Water Energy down on my Tympole, Skyla for a Rare Candy. I'm going to play that from my hand and evolve into Palpitoad here. I can manually retreat here, but instead I'm just going to Hex, use Spiritomb's attack to once again copy, since I don't really want to send up Seismitoad yet, since it doesn't have enough energy to attack. So going into my opponent's turn, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get out Darkrai yet. He puts down a Dark Claw on his Absol, which it looks like he's fully powered up at this point. He placed it down on his opening turn, and he just passes, and that allows Spiritomb to get knocked out due to poison. I'm going to send up Seismitoad now, and I'm not sure what my best play is here. I'm debating whether or not to use Chorus, and here I'm also working out the math. I'm a little afraid of putting down Meloetta just because Absol's attack will do more damage if I have more Pokemon in play, but I decided to play it risky, put it down, and play that Chorus down. And just go to attack, and I do 130 damage due to the number of Pokemon with round in play at this point. And I take my first prize, and now we are even. My opponent sends up Absol, plays a Hypnotoxic Laser. He fails on the Sleep, fortunately. And then he plays an N. So my hand is not all that great now. it looks like my opponent lacks the energy in play, so he's going to rush in with Keldeo, Dark Patch onto Absol. He probably wants to retreat Keldeo, which he just does right now, so he can attack me with Absol. And with this, due to the number of Pokemon in play, and the fact that I'm poisoned, I'll be knocked out for sure. So that's why I was hesitating on playing down Meloetta, and it looks like it wasn't the best play. My opponent plays Random Receiver and does get an N from that. He's able to do 120, and in the in between turns, I take an additional 30 for the knockout. So I'm going to promote my Palpitoad, going to attach a DCE onto it, play another Temple on the bench, and just Juniper here. I'm once again debating whether or not to use Escape Rope, but it once again is really worthless unless I can guarantee the knockout. And here I just need a Seismitoad. That's what I need more than anything. So I'm going to play that Juniper. I do get a Seismitoad. I also have Rare Candy for next turn that I can use to get another in play. And I have a Silver Bangle, which I don't really need to use now. It'll just show my hand to my opponent. It won't do any extra damage to Absol. So I'm just going to round for the knockout and take the second prize. Now my opponent is going to promote Sableye, attach a Dark Energy onto it. He may be trying to Junk Hunt here for some Dark Patches so he can start powering up his Darkrai on the bench. But first he's going to end me down to 4 cards. He plays an EXP share onto his Darkrai. That's not what I want to see here. I don't want to make it easier for him to power that up. And he's going to Junk Hunt for a Dark Patch and a Dark Claw. So I will here evolve my Temple into Palpitoad. I'm going to play a DCE onto that Palpitoad, Tool Scrapper away a Floatstone off of a Trubbish, and an EXP share off of Darkrai. And then I will play my N to get 4 more cards. I do manage to get a Super Rod, which I think I should use here. I am running low on water energy. I only play 6. I will put 2 of them back in my deck along with a Seismitoad and attack with Round, knock out that Sableye, and take my third prize. My opponent here is going to promote a Keldeo. He plays a Dark Patch, and it's going to attach to his Darkrai. He plays another N, but fortunately I did draw a Hypnotoxic Laser off that N, and he doesn't attack because he doesn't have enough energy. I evolve into Seismitoad, my bench Palpitoad, play a Hypnotoxic Laser, and then I N, and I get the Silver Bangle. So here I didn't actually need the laser. If only I had known, I would have drawn the Bangle. But I can use Round for 180 and the knockout. And just like that, I take 2 more prizes and a fairly strong lead at this point. So if he cannot knock me out here, mathematically, I think I have this game won. So he's going to play a Dark Patch onto his Darkrai on the bench. Then it looks like he'll Night Spear the active for 90 and the benched one for 30. But here all I need to do is play around for 180 in the knockout, and that is game. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this match, and I'll upload some more hopefully this weekend. Thanks.